people think that heartbreak is like hurts and stuff like that, but seeing my account that much in the negative, I was stressed. Hi babes, it's the Muse Babe. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell because you want to be here when new videos drop, okay? In today's video, I want to do a getting ready with me chit chat about the time that I got scammed out of $18,000. Even like hearing that come out of my mouth, just I have PTSD from it, okay? I cannot believe that happened to me. So I'm going for a very subtle, sultry kind of look. So I'm not gonna talk any further. We're gonna get into this video. So I've already moisturized, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take my Fenty Beauty primer, and I'm just going to, if it'll come out, okay, there we go. And I'm just going to put it on my face and use my e.l.f. brush here to rub it in. I love this primer. This is my favorite primer, and it smells so good. Okay, so if you guys do not know yet, I am a business owner. I am the head hot girl in charge over at Shop Muse Universe. I started this company I wouldn't say I started it while I was in college. So let me give y'all the background story. So I was on the phone with one of my friends, and I was basically looking for just the best hair that they had out, okay? I wanted to be fried, dyed, and laid to the side at prom. And I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and she was like, have you ever heard of virgin hair? And I was like, no, I've never heard of virgin hair. Like, what is it? And then she was like, girl, it's the best hair ever. Like, you need to get into this hair. And so she basically showed me who was selling the best hair, and I purchased it from a lady. And so this lady, basically what she set up, and it was, you know, so amazing. She set up to basically have sales reps at all the schools, at all the colleges in Texas. So I was the SFA rep, there was a Sam Houston rep, there was a TSU rep, and we were basically like the college it girls that had virgin hair and was selling it to all the girls on campus, okay? And so it went well for me. I was 19 to 20 years old, and I was making money. At that time, it was $100 per bundle, and that's what we were charging. And we were getting it for the low, okay? The low. And when I say the low, we were getting it for the low. Like, I'm sorry if I keep looking everywhere. I have my monitor set up. It's the first time me recording with it. And then I have my camera in front, but I'm gonna stick with the camera. So we were getting the hair for the low, okay? And so basically, like, it took off, and what ended up happening is that a lot of the sales reps branched off and started their own company. And it took me a while to get around to starting my own company, because I was like, for a while, I was like, could I even do this? And then I was also in a relationship, but that's another story for another day. Y'all don't need to know nothing about that. Y'all don't need to know anything about that. But it took me a while to get around to it. So I got my degree in marketing. And shortly after, I originally wanted to be on TV, and then I looked up like what you had to do to get on TV, like work for $10 an hour, and baby, that wasn't working for me. I had to pay my bills, so I got into marketing, and I got hired on at this super big company. And the company, I got hired on in their marketing department. So I was learning and I was using social media. And so I had a coworker and I was telling her about, you know, how much money, can't get no makeup in a lace, but I'm gonna get the makeup in a lace because I need it to look good. So I was telling her how much money I was making in college and how I wanted to start back, but I didn't know where to start. So she basically took me in as, you know, my business consultant in a sense. And that's kind of how I launched my beauty brand that I'm currently rebranding now, called Shop Muse Universe. So that's the background story. So it originally had another name, but one company watched my marketing scheme, my name. They took everything from me and trademarked the name and sent me a cease and desist. So I'm currently rebranding now. Yes, I have been I've been through a lot when it comes to business, okay? So she was, you know, helping me get my business off the ground, but I didn't really know much. I was just, you know, hustling basically. I'm a hustler. I could sell water to a well, baby. I was just hustling, flipping bundles, and I didn't know much. So as my business expanded, I got like wholesale orders. I got international clients. I was able to build up a very, very, very good clientele base. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty Nude Medium palette. It's a very, very neutral palette, y'all. I love this palette. This has been my go-to. So I was able to build a very, very good clientele. So I had clients from all over the world, y'all. So when I say all over the world, I literally mean like all over the world. So I had clients in France, I had clients in Africa, I had clients everywhere that you guys can think of. Okay, and so basically I was doing a damn thing. Like I was, you know, running my business in corporate America, working towards being a full-time business owner. And that was my plan. Like I would go to work 7 to 4 and I would work on my business 5 to like 1 a.m. in the morning sometimes. And that is how I also got into being an influencer as well, is promoting. So y'all, this was in 2015, 16ish. So your girl been in the game, okay? So one day I got this order. Well, actually it was an email, and I did have like a Shopify storefront and all of that stuff. So I got this email, and it was from this guy, and he was like, hi, do you like offer wholesale? And I was like, yes, you know, I offer wholesale because previously, remember I told you I had clients in Africa and I had clients in Europe. They were typically the ones that did the wholesale orders because they're like, okay, I'm looking for quality hair that nobody has, and when it comes from America, everybody loves it, okay? So, this guy was like, do you do wholesale? So I was like, yes, you know, what are you looking for? And then so he was like, what is your most popular, you know, hair product that you sell? So of course I am basically, you know, walking him through what is the most popular, what sells, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay, would you like to proceed with an order, or like, you know, what are you trying to do? Of course, I was way more professional because my customer service is off the chain, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, yes, I would like to place an order. And then I was like, okay, well, I will send you an invoice, and you can pay on our website. And he was like, actually, these weird things. I'm sorry, y'all. This is where things go downhill. And even thinking about it, I'm coughing because my body is rejecting the thoughts as I'm playing it back in my head, okay? And so he's like, actually, I would like to pay by check. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, that's a little weird, but me having that hustler mentality and not that business mentality, this is what got me in trouble, because I was like, okay, you can pay by check, you know, how many bundles you want? And he was like, 400 bundles. And I was like, woo, that's gonna be a big order, sir. So I quoted him $8,000 for 400 bundles. And he was like, yeah, like, that's fine, that's cool, that's dandy. So I'm like, you know, at the time I'm praying and I'm like, please help my business to take off. And I'm like, man, this gotta be a sign from God. The whole time it was the devil, okay? So he was like, yeah, but I would, you know, like to pay you by check. The check will be here, will be, you know, what's your address? It'll be there in this many days, blah, blah, blah. And so the horrible part about this story is that I had just quit my job, and I just moved to Denver, so I was unemployed, so I needed that money. I was hungry for that money, and that's where a lot of us mess up in business, when you're too thirsty for something and you take any opportunity that comes your way. That's where we mess up at. And so I basically needed that money. So a couple of weeks, he was like, okay, you'll hear from me, blah, blah, blah. So a couple of weeks go by and I don't hear from him. I go on vacation and everything. I'm just basically trying to figure out like my next steps in life. I feel super lost. I'm depressed, all of that stuff. So I come back from vacation, y'all, and in the mail, there is a check for $8,000. But the check does not have the name of the guy's email. And the thing about this person who emailed me from this fake email is that I looked them up. They had a legitimate company and they were based in Kampala, and that's in Africa. And so y'all, so the check didn't have their name on it. I looked up the person, the name that they had on it, and I thought, well, like, you know, maybe they're helping someone else start a business. There's so many scenarios that can happen when you're dealing with overseas clients. So I really didn't think like it was a complete scam, right? So I got the check, and and so basically I was excited. I felt rich. I was like, yeah, I made it. Yeah, we paid. Yeah, we paid. Okay. And so I emailed him. I was like, hello, I would just like to let you know that I, you know, got the check. And then they were like, okay, we're going to send you, $8,000 more because we actually want 800 bundles. I was like, God, you is really showing out. Like, you are really doing your thing. So I wait about 2 more weeks and I get another check, and it has like a different, you know, name on it and stuff. And I'm like, this is a little fishy. But, you know, like I said, with the international clients, they could be, you know, like what people typically do in foreign countries is find a contact there and basically use that contact to start their business, but they're actually like Americans. And so this is like any industry, like the coffee business, the diamond business, they have a contact base there that they use for the face of the company and they invest in it. So I didn't think nothing of it. So I go ahead and contact my vendor and I'm like, what's up, boo boo? I got a big order for you. And she like, hey friend, what you need? And you know, I place the order, I, you know, get the bundles, and I'm like, you know, what's your shipping address, all of this. So I basically get, she's like, this is a big order, you never placed the order this big, it's gonna take us a while to, you know, get this order ready for you. So I relay that messaging to my client as well, and he's like, yeah, that's fine, yeah, that's fine. So boom, I'm good to go at this point. So I get all 800 bundles, and I put them in a big box. I calculate shipping, all of that. And I was like, since it's such a big order, boo-boo, like, you good on the shipping. I handle that, you know. I handle that shipping for you or whatever. And so, like I said before, I didn't know much about business, you guys. So I deposited the check into my personal account. I didn't basically know that you have to have a business account and all of those things. I messed up during this whole thing, but we're gonna talk about that at the end. So I go to ship the bundles, and I'm like sending them the like an email confirmation. And at the post office at the time, like, shipping wasn't like as advanced as it is now, so they didn't really have, like, for where it was going, and I can't remember the exact country. I want to say it's Uganda, Kampala, Uganda, or Kenya, one of those countries, in, like, not necessarily remote areas, but areas where, you know, like, just an area that's like you wouldn't expect people to order 800 bundles from you. So everything is good, everything is going fine. I shipped it to them. I let them know, like, the amount of time that it would take to get to them. You guys, everything is going good, right? And weeks go by. I'm like, I made it, I'm rich, this is what I'm gonna do with all of the money that I just got. Like, it's a wrap. Like, I'm gonna invest in marketing, I'm gonna invest in so many different things, I'm gonna expand the business. This is basically exactly what I needed to get my company to take off. So I feel like, baby, you know, I'm it. I'm like, you know, I'm popping. And so weeks go by. I told my mother about basically what happened, like how I got this huge order, and she kept telling me, like, take that money out of your account and open a business account. Like, take the money out of your personal account and open a business account. And I was like, no, I don't have to do that. Like, I've been doing fine, you know, thinking I know everything. She was like, take that money and put it in your, like, a business account. Open you a business account. Like, legitimize your business. And I'm like, nah, Mom, I'm good, y'all. So I wake up one day and something just told me, like, check your account. So literally already, I think like 2 months had passed by. So, and they had received, like, I told them to confirm when they received the bundles. So they confirmed they received it. 2 months has passed by. Something had told me, like, check your account. I look at my account, and baby, my account is like negative $18,000, right? And it's negative because I don't think it was negative $18,000. It was negative some, like, it was between $11,000 and $18,000. I just know it was like a double-digit $1,000, okay? And I was stressed, okay? So I look at my account, and I'm like, what happened? Do you know that these people called the bank and stopped payment on that check that they have sent me for the 800 bundles? So not only like did I lose out on the money that they paid me, but also the money that I paid my vendor, the money that I had for bills, all of that, because it was basically like an uneven transaction, because they paid me and I paid my vendor, and they stopped payments on both of the checks that they paid me. Y'all, people think that heartbreak is like hurts and stuff like that, but seeing my account that much in the negative, I was stressed. Okay, when I tell you stressed, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And you know, like, I hated telling my mom, because she was right. She kept telling me, take that money out of your account, take that money out of your account. And even if I had a business bank account, it wouldn't have hurt me personally, you know, with the banks and stuff like that. It wouldn't have, like, you know, because they would have just closed out my business account and that would have went against my business. But since it was me as a person, that really, you know, took a toll on me, because at the end of the day, it went on my record like that. It's not good to be in bad standing with a bank. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Just stressed out, just super duper stressed out, not knowing like who to turn to, embarrassed because I made stupid decisions. Just everything, y'all, was going wrong. And it's not even like I could sit there and hustle back up with the bundles. It's not even like I could do that, because I had already shipped all of the hair to them. Okay, so I was just shit out of luck. Honestly, you guys, I was literally just shit out of luck, stressed, depressed, everything that you can think of. I was just extremely depressed, and that's the only way that I can explain it to you. But it also taught me a very valuable lesson in business as well, because if I would have stuck to my method of payment, which is PayPal, I would have been able to at least get some of that money back, because I would have been able to show PayPal my I would have been able to show PayPal the money that I mean, not the money, but like the tracking, to be able to like show the emails confirming that I actually shipped the hair, confirming like when I asked him, did he receive the hair? I would have been able to show that to PayPal, and I would have been able to get my money back. But because I was greedy, and because I was so thirsty, desperate, and I'm talking about myself, because I messed up. I'm not the type of person that thinks that I have it all figured out, or that I don't mess up. I mess up. But I learn from my mistakes. And like, you know, there's an old saying that goes, all money isn't good money. Okay? All money is not good money. And that was one of those experiences where I actually experienced all money not being good money. So that's what I learned from that. And if you learn anything from this video, I want to basically don't budge on what your policies are as a businesswoman. don't be desperate or hungry for the sale. Your target market will find you. And when your target market finds you, you will be able to then build that trust with that audience to where that they don't scam you or they don't do like stuff like that. Because I'm really thinking in my head, I don't know if I was set up, because it's kind of like, how did they find me? You know, at the end of the day, it's like, how did they find me? Although I do have a bunch of, you know, international clients and things like that, it's still like, how did they find me? Who are like, what I think happened is that the people whose check that they used ended up finding out like, oh, somebody just purchased, you know, a large amount of bundles from this company, and it's not like, I think they like, I don't know what they had going on, but it was just some type of scheme, y'all, and I got caught up in their scheme because I was hungry for a sale. And I would never ever do that again, because if you don't accept my type of payment, baby, I don't need your business. I don't need to work with you, because my policies are my policies. And having firm policies are honestly the way how y'all can, it's a good way to basically stay out of, how can I say this? Having firm policies is a way that you can basically avoid scams and avoid things like what happened to me. Okay? Alright, so I'm just going to take my Mocha Mommy bronzer by Fenty Beauty with my KKW brush and just bronze. Make sure I look bronzy and real spicy. My lace is coming up, but we're going to take care of that. So yeah, that is pretty much my story about how I got scammed. So what I want to do is leave you all, I love this bronzer. Oh my gosh, I feel like I just can't talk today, but I love this bronzer, and I'm still baking, so I love how it all comes together. But I want to leave you guys with some values today in regards to business, and basically just making sure you're covered on all, you know, four corners, baby, and even some corners that you won't even know you have. Okay, so my number one tip and the lesson that I learned from this is 1000%, like, legitimize your business. Get your LLC, get your EIN, get your business bank account, because all of those things will help you avoid mistakes that, like, you don't need to be making, similar to the type of mistakes that I made. Definitely, before you start your business, put together your business plan and make sure that it's a thorough thought of business plan, so that you are not thirsty for sales, and that you know how your money's gonna come in, what problem you solve, who is your target audience. That way, if there's anybody outside of that, I'm not saying that you can't sell products to other people, but if there are people outside of that, you know that, okay, this is not a good fit for my particular brand. This is not in my marketing plan. This is not in my advertising plan. This is not what, you know, I wrote down in my business plan. Alrighty, and the second thing that I want to mention is basically, y'all, a lot of people skip this step, but it is so important. Make sure you have your business plan, because your business plan is going to be essential in basically helping you get those sales through the door so that you're not just hungry for any old regular Joe that comes to your business and is like trying to scam you, but you're thinking it's a client and you want to take off so quickly, so you accept their offer. Do your business plan, do your marketing plan. That will help you avoid so many mistakes once you get started. The third tip that I have for you is, I love a little just soft line here, and I'm just taking my Derma blend powder and I am outlining that contour softly because I'm going for like a soft glam kind of look. So the next tip, I don't know what tip I am on, but the next tip that I have for you is definitely do not accept a form of payment that you don't typically accept. So for example, how I took that check and know that I take payments through the Shopify portal via PayPal. Do not accept a form of payment that you do not accept, because like I mentioned before earlier in the video, all money is not good money, and people are hungry, people are desperate, people are just looking for their next victim, you guys. So you want to make sure it ain't you, okay? And I want to make sure it ain't you, and that's why I'm sharing this particular story today, because low-key, y'all, they finessed me and I was embarrassed, okay? I wasn't even embarrassed, I was embarrassed, okay? Because that is just like common sense. I didn't know that you can stop payment on the check, but now I know, and I feel like other people need to know as well, because it was just so crazy for me. The third tip I have for you is do social media marketing for your particular business. That will help you get sales through the door. Put together a thorough marketing plan is what I'm trying to say, and that will help you get sales for your business so that you're not desperate for everybody that walks through the door. And another tip that I have is believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in your brand, be patient, and just keep going, y'all. Just keep going. Like, what I thought in my mind is that I had to be an overnight success. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why aren't the clients coming? Why? Just, out of desperation. And, I'm not too prideful to say that God made an example after me, because I basically just had to close that account and start over with with a new bank. And granted, I love my new bank that I have now because they're amazing. They will give you, they don't care if Beyonce say that you didn't say, they will give you your money back, okay? They will give you your money back. But definitely have patience and believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, we see people on social media and we're thinking like, oh, this person is an overnight success, when they have been working for literally 10 years that they have been working on their business and their brand. So that's pretty much all of the tips and that I have for y'all in my story time. I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting ready. I thought this story would last me throughout the entire video, but it didn't. So I'm just going to let the music run, finish getting ready. In the comments down below, I want you guys to network with each other and share business tips, because I'm a beauty brand owner. I know there's tons of beauty brand owners all around the world. And I just want y'all to kind of share your experiences, share your tips, your tricks, your strategies, your processes. And you don't have to tell everybody, you know, everything that you do. You know, keep a little some for yourself, of course. But definitely, what would you have done differently in this situation? What would have been the red flag for you in this particular situation if that has happened? I can't talk today. If that has happened to you, and what processes have you implemented to stop your beauty business from getting scammed? Because baby, scamming is at an all-time high, and let me tell you, you got to protect yourself as a business owner. So I'm gonna finish getting ready, and I'm gonna read through the comments, and we gonna have a little chit chat, okay?
All right, hot girls, if you made it to this part of the video, drop a pink heart down below so I can know who's gang and who's not. But this part is pretty much self-explanatory. I am just going in with my powder brush and setting the areas that I feel like are harsh with my MAC powder. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm so grateful for you. Do not forget to, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye.